Quite advice, everyone, and it is we are in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, and a lot of guys right now are really in a bind because they cannot get their hair cut because all the barbers are closed. Quince Advice is here. I managed to pull out the old clippers that I use. I got a little bit lazy as a barber and started to go get my hair cut at the barber shop because I liked, that's being able to sit down and get my hair cut. But I figured, I'll let God just use the gift that he gave me. And even though my clippers that I pulled out have some broken pieces, let you see that ain't no shame in my game. God can take the broken pieces of our life and make something beautiful out of it. And hopefully he can make something beautiful out of this right here, because this is really messed up. So I'm going to take a shot at it. I may be a little rusty and a little bit, got to get my skills together. But it is coronavirus time and we are resilient and we're going to use the skills. And I hope you could learn a thing or two here. Well, I'm going to start with a basic cut. Most guys, I know you're used to the mohawk. This is like a semi mohawk here. I don't know if you can see the back. So I have like a V going on here. And I don't know how we're going to do this. I did not pre-plan this like most of my videos here. So I'm going to start with a basic cut. Mohawk is one of the hardest haircuts to do. But I'm going to start with the regular Caesar, which is like a basic, everything even, just to, even with a broken tooth. Like I said, God going to do something with this brokenness here. And I'm going to cut it down all even. And then this is what I think most of you guys should start with. So this is your average, this is a regular old clipper. It's a wall. I'm wondering right now if the prices of clippers went up or more people buying clippers. So this is a one clip. So I'm going to use this one. It's a number 1. And I'm going to clip that right on there. This is what you want to pay close attention to, because this is the lever that allows the clipper to, if you see it going up and down there, as I move the lever up. So just remember this is very important. As I move this lever down, it's going to cut off less of the hair. You see that there? If I'm moving it up, it's cutting off more. So if I want to cut it bald, if I want a baldy or like a bald fade, I'll cut this. I'll start with this and cut it. I'll take this down like this. That's a fade. And then as I'm going up here, I'm going to pull it down so it could fade up. So this is light, bald. And as I go up, it's darker and darker and darker. And that goes with, this little lever right here. Very important. So with this, with my hair right now, man, I'm going to start with this old broken 6. This is a 5mm. Well, you know what? No, I'll go with the 1. So guys, start with a 1. This is for beginners, and this will get you looking decent. So as you can see, this is what you call against the grain. And I'm basically, I don't even normally cut my hair this low, but I'm basically going against the grain. There's an old myth that if you cut your hair against the grain, you're going to cut out all your grays. That's not true. So right now, I'm just going with a smooth back and forth motion. Pull my ear down. Got these big Dumbo ears. And my lever is down because I want a little bit less off. And I might give you a 2-in-1. If I'm feeling good, I might give you a 2-in-1. So, but back to that myth. The myth used to be that if you cut your hair against the grain, which your hair is going this way. I'm gonna cut that down. That if you cut your hair against the grain, that you're going to cut out all your waves. And guys, that's not true. Don't believe it. So I normally hold, so I'm gonna hold this mirror here, and now I'm seeing the back of my hair. So this is gonna take some practice, and there's been a lot of days where, see that? So I'm going against the grain. Why? Because I'll just put this down for a second. Got a big chunk of hair. So if I comb my hair down this way, and you'll see the grains of my hair going this way. See? Against the grain is going up with the clipper. Up, up. So I'm cutting down. All this is going down. This, guys, is called the crown. That's a little swirl. So you got waves, you want to cut, you want to comb it down. So once again, my lever is down, and I'm going up against the grain, making sure it's all even. There's a little circle right here. Once again, that's called a crown. Some guys, you have 2, but I can see mine right here. You see that little, it's like a little swirl. Like a little spinning current there. So you basically so I'm cutting this all. So now you got to get used to it, and what I would suggest you guys do, really is to keep the clipper off and get a feel of moving the clipper over your head while it's off, because you're looking in the mirror and you're going to get a funny feel. You know, you're going to feel like you're going one way and the mirror is reflecting and giving you opposite. So you have to keep, I would say, practice by keeping your clipper off and just going through the motion. As if it's on, just move the clipper across your head so you could, while you're looking in the mirror. So I'm just making sure I got everything here. See that? Once again. So I'm also, as far as my hair cutting, I'm left-handed with the clipper. So I'm using my left hand, holding the mirror with my right hand. I'll tell you, I'll admit, I started cutting my hair at maybe, I don't know, maybe 15, 16. But of course, made a lot of mistakes. And sometimes, calling myself like a pretty boy, I would try to give myself a little shape up or trim in the morning before school, and wind up messing my hair up so bad that I would wind up staying home from school because I cut a bald spot like right here. So it's don't be too hard on yourselves on your first cut. as long as it's looking decent. And, you know, I actually taught maybe about 4 guys. I'm gonna go back to the left hand. Back to the left hand. I actually taught about 4 guys, and you know, barbering is something that no machine can ever take the place of. So you always have extra money in your pocket if you're nice with it. Now, holding the clipper is also a skill, because the way you hold it is going to determine how much control you have. You know, you have to hold it in a way that's comfortable. Now I'm going to switch hands. You have to hold it so that you're comfortable, but you also have to hold it so that you have control over the clipper. So now I'm just going I'm going a few different ways, because your hair may grow in different patterns. So as you can see, it's about even. I'm not gonna go into too much detail. I'll just get a little closer. I hope you can see. Yeah, so some of the hair is here, so you can see. Now I'm going down here because sometimes the hairs grow in different directions, but don't let that frustrate you. Remember, the key is to get it decent. So you want to have a little toothbrush, or maybe a little something like this. Keep it clean. You know, I mean, you know, there's a lot of great things happening during this this COVID crisis that we're having. I think a lot of good things are happening. I think one thing is happening that people will come out of this crisis, number one, hopefully alive, and then number two, you'll definitely have a greater appreciation for your barber. Or it's quite possible you'll come out with another skill, and you could say, yo, I watched a video with Quinn's advice, and I actually learned how to cut hair, cut my own hair and my son's hair and a couple of my boys' hair during COVID, because I was challenged. And see, what happens is, what is happening? We're being challenged to survive, to maintain, and you know, our level of resilience, once again, has been my theme for the year. Our level of resilience is being tested. What is resilience? Resilience is your ability to adjust, and not only adjust to crisis situations, but to excel. There's one thing to adjust and just maintain, but if you adjust and excel, that means you come out of the crisis even stronger and more skilled than you were when you entered into the crisis. Now that's deep. So I'm gonna go over the beard. So now that I went over my hair, I'll just go over the beard with the same, so everything's gonna be the same length. So like I said, this is your basic cut. This is a basic Caesar. Once again, nowhere. See, like my beard, the hairs are going back this way. So going against the grain requires me to go this way. See that? Yeah. Everything even. Right? I don't like this part. So now I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna take this clip off. I want this to be a little lighter. Just a little bit. That's it. So when you take the clip off, you're gonna cut off a little bit more here. This clip actually protects you from going too low. So now, put the clip back on, and I'm returning back to cut my beard the same height as my hair. So for all you guys that have sons, this could save you a great deal of time at the barbershop. Not trying to step on any barber's toes, since that was cutting hair was a big means of me supporting myself as a teen when my dad wasn't there, and keeping extra money in my pocket even up until now, here and there. But so now everything's about even. As you can see, now holding your skin in your neck and your face different ways. It's going to help you keep your clipper clean with your. So, okay, so everything's even, right? Now comes the part that's could be a little bit more difficult. And now is the shape up. Now, if you got younger sons, I don't know, maybe 5, 6 years old, 3 years old, this will probably be the more difficult part, unless you got, kids that don't fidget, keeping them still. I don't know how they were in the barbershop, but shout out to all you barbers. Shout out to all the barbers out there. Like I said, after this is over, God willing, to be over real soon. I know a lot of guys gonna be running to the barbershop, hugging that barber, man. So everything looks pretty even, right? Now I'm gonna just go over it. I'm gonna take this off. Took the clip off. Now I'm gonna go over it. This, I wouldn't recommend you try. Well, so I'm keeping this lever down. You know what? Go for it. We're on COVID, right? What's gonna happen? Huh? What's gonna happen? So I'm going with the grain now because I'm being careful, because if I go against the grain with the blade off, that's not going to be a good look. All right? So I can get a look at this. See, there's some areas that's hard to keep even. So now I'm going to the back. So now I'm going with the grain. Because now if I go against the grain, like I did with the clip on, it's going to take off a lot. So going with the grain, with the clip on, is the equivalent of going against the grain with the clip on. And that's barber 101 right there. Now it's probably like 102. Okay. So now you're looking decent. Now, shape up time. Let me get a little towel here. Okay, so your shape up is a little bit more difficult because you're shaping up your hair. There's no turning back. No turning back on the shape up. So you see my hairline is tore up right now. I'm going to be very careful. Now this is an Andis. I like this one because it's a thick cord, very strong, and it's a professional, good old school clipper. So this is the hairline. So I'm looking at it. I'm holding my clipper like this. I'm going down this way. So you wanna, if you just start, you wanna go very on the outer edges. And I'm going down. So I'm hitting it at the edge. I'm going down and clean. This way. So I'm grabbing the exterior hairs and I'm creating a line. Just want to go a little. Now that looks okay. So now what I would suggest, if it's your first time, you don't want to force it, right? So you see me? Hold on, I want to do it so you can see it. Where you can see it, here we go. Now, certain people like their hairline a little different. Round, you got round square, you got, so I want a little bit more angle here. So boom, a little bit more angle. There we go. All right, so now I go this way. Different types of, some guys like it like boom, boom. Like, then some guys like a nice round. Some guys like it in a little bit straight down. So as you continue to practice, once again, I'm going down. I like to hold mine down. This is where I feel comfortable. So you'll see I'm creating a line here. Going down to the bed. So I always say, if you can draw, so this is to keep your, oh yeah, another thing, oil is important. This is the #1 oil that I would say, and I always say, if you can draw, guys out there, if you can draw, you can cut hair. That's my guideline. If you can draw, you can cut hair. So as you can see, that's a decent line. It's decent. It'll pass the average eye. For all you barbers out there, don't kill me. There's a little bit more definition. So you got that. Give you a little bit more angle. So I'm cleaning all this here with the edge. See that? So I didn't do a hard line. Now, if I want more definition, you see that? That's a light line. If I want a little bit more definition, I'll give it to you right there. I'll go a little bit lower. But I'm going to leave mine right there. Let's go to the mustache real quick. Here's the mustache. And as you go along, yeah. So as you go along, you'll learn little tricks. Dudes with small lips. Let me show you something real quick. You got small lips. You want to give the illusion that your lips is a little bigger. Boom. Watch this. So instead of going straight across, watch this. Instead of just going straight across, see? Now that's straight across. If you want your lips to look a little bit bigger, you know, you want to look like you got some good big smackers, right? You're going to create a little lump right here. Because if you look at your lips is going like this. Boom, boom. Right? I'm going to create a little lump. See, I'm shaping it. Yeah. Oh. Okay. So I gave myself a little bit more lump there. So now I'm gonna go here. I personally don't like too sharp a mustache. I like to leave a little dirty. Here, once again, we're gonna go around again. See that? So I'm carving with the edge of it. I'm holding it at a slight angle. And like I said, keep your clipper off for a little bit or turn it on and go very light just to get the feel of it, because the clipper is vibrating and it's buzzing in your ear and you're going to get nervous a little bit. You don't want to mess yourself up. You don't want to zeke yourself. So there's my angle, my round. See? So now just curve, boom. I'm drawing. I'm basically just drawing. Once again, going down. All right. Gonna do a little angle here. You see me? Okay. Boom. Now I'm holding this at an angle. So it's a back and forth, and it's a grab and pull, sort of a grab and pull, sort of a boom. But you don't want to go too hard because you will scar your skin. Make sure your points are even. Cut this one right about here. Making sure your points are even. See that? Get all that clean. Now for the back, that could be a little hard, but you gotta practice on that. It takes a good eye to grab that. Backs of your ears, also something that you want to practice on, but it's all how you hold the clipper. Clean all this off. Down, pull down, pull down. This is your basic cut. Come back over here. Once again, you'll develop an eye. Okay, let's get the other side of the mustache real quick. Go on the inside. You could create it with this inside. I would say just start with a bam, 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 or just leave it a little dirty in there. I like to have mine rounded right here. I like to go a little round, but that takes practice. So there we go. Okay, that's decent. All right. And you got a little space here. So I know what you're saying. Wait a minute, he didn't get the back. He didn't shape up the back. Ha, he can't do the back. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You know who I am? I'm gonna do one side of the back just to show you. One side. So once again, this takes a lot of practice. So you can see I am holding my mirror this way. Can you see it? So look inside the mirror. Hold my ear back with my fingers. Don't want to cut that off. One side. You see that? One side. And let's do the other side. We're done. I'm gonna start here. Now this gets a little tricky. This gets a little tricky. Clean off the neckline. Get a better view there. I got a decent circle. Let's see. Let's see. Is it decent? It's decent. It's decent. It'll pass. So there we have it. Quintet Vice. Decent haircut. If some of you don't know, I used to cut a young man. He used to come to my house on Saturday and Sunday and get his hair cut. Used to knock at my door with $4 or $5 in his hand back in the 90s, and his name was Jeffrey Atkins, now known as Ja Rule. So shout out to Ja Rule. Just say you learn from Quintet Vice, Ja Rule's former barber, how to cut your hair. God bless.